Every single day, older women are being targeted, not by force, but by deception. The scammers don't come with threats or weapons. They come with sweet voices, trusted names, and fake stories crafted to sound real. They come through phones, emails, websites, even social media. And they steal not just money, but peace of mind, dignity, and trust. Why do they target older women? Because you're kind. Because you're giving. Because you've spent your life helping others and believing in second chances. And unfortunately, scammers know that. They count on it. In 2023 alone, Americans over 60 lost more than $3.4 billion to scams, according to the FBI. The majority of the victims? Older women, many living alone, many simply trying to do good. But there's good news. You don't need to be tech-savvy to protect yourself. You just need to know what to watch for, and when to pause. So let's walk through 10 of the most common scams, starting with 2 of the most painful, love and family. 1. The romance scam. This is one of the cruelest scams, because it targets the heart. It often starts online. A kind message from a stranger. Hi, you seem lovely. I'd love to get to know you. He might say he's a widower. Or a soldier overseas. He's charming, polite, and patient. They message for days, then weeks. He calls her sweetheart, baby, or my queen. She feels seen again. She feels special. Hopeful. Then comes the twist. His daughter needs emergency surgery. Or he's trapped overseas and can't access his bank account. He just needs a loan. Just until he's back. Just until they can finally meet in person. One woman in Ohio, age 72, fell for a man who claimed to be an American engineer stuck on a project in Turkey. She sold jewelry. She dipped into her retirement savings. By the time it was over, she had sent over $89,000 to a man who never existed. And she's not alone. According to the Federal Trade Commission, romance scams cost Americans $735 million in 2023 alone. Most of the victims? Women over 60. If someone online says they love you but haven't met you, and suddenly needs money, it's almost always a scam. Red flags. They avoid video calls or meeting in person. They ask for money through wire transfer, gift cards, or cryptocurrency. They create emergencies to pressure you into sending cash fast. What to do? Talk to someone you trust before sending money. Search their name or photo online with the word scam. Report the scam to the FTC or FBI. You deserve real love, not someone playing a cruel game with your heart. 2. The grandchild emergency scam. This scam hits fast and hard. It uses panic to override judgment. It starts with a phone call. The voice on the other end sounds shaky. Crying. Grandma, it's me. I'm in trouble. Please don't tell Mom. It's your grandchild's voice. Or so it seems. But it's not. It's a trick, made even more dangerous by AI-powered voice cloning. Scammers can now copy a person's voice using just a few seconds of audio, like from a TikTok, Instagram video, or voicemail. They use this technology to make it sound exactly like your loved one is calling you. Once you're rattled, a second person, posing as a police officer or lawyer, takes over. There's been an accident. Bail is needed immediately. We need you to wire money to secure their release. One woman in New Jersey, age 68, wired $9,500 thinking her grandson had been arrested after a car accident. It wasn't until hours later, when she spoke to the real grandson, that she realized the awful truth. Red flags. You're told to keep the call a secret. You're pressured to send money immediately. The voice sounds like a loved one but refuses to answer basic questions. What to do? Hang up. Call your grandchild, or their parents, directly. Ask questions only your family member would know. Never send money before double-checking. Remember, fear is a powerful weapon. These scammers use it to confuse and control. But a single phone call to the real person can stop it in its tracks. 3. The tech support scam. It starts with a sudden jolt, your screen flashes red. A loud alarm blares. A message pops up. Warning! Your computer is infected. Call Microsoft immediately. The message looks official, logos, urgent language, even a fake system scan running in the corner. In a panic, you call the number. A calm, friendly voice answers. They claim they're a Microsoft technician, and they can help, but only if you give them remote access to your computer. Don't worry, they say, we'll fix everything. What they don't tell you is that once inside, they quietly search for your bank logins, passwords, and personal files. In some cases, they even lock your computer and demand a ransom to release it. This happened to a 75-year-old woman in Florida. After calling the fake support number, she unknowingly allowed a scammer full access to her device. Over the next few hours, they drained all the $24,000 in her bank account. And she's not alone. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, tech support scams cost Americans over $587 million in 2022 alone, with seniors being the most targeted age group. The scam works because it feels real, and because fear shuts down our judgment. That Microsoft message? It's just a pop-up ad planted by malware or a fake website. Remember this. Real tech companies like Microsoft, Apple, or Dell will never contact you out of the blue. They won't ask for remote access. And they certainly won't demand money to protect your account. If you ever get a scary message like that, don't call the number. Don't click the link. Close your browser, restart your computer, and ask someone you trust. It could save you thousands. 4. The lottery or prize scam. Ding! You get a call or a letter that says, "Congratulations! You've won $1.2 million and a brand new Mercedes." It sounds too good to be true, because it is. All you have to do, they say, is cover the processing fees or taxes. Maybe it's $6,000 for government clearance. Then $2,000 for customs. Then another $5,000 for insurance. Before you know it, you're in deep. That's exactly what happened to a woman in Atlanta. Over the course of a few months, she sent money in batches, first $6,000, then $2,000, then $8,000, until she'd lost a total of $39,000. The prize? Never existed. Scammers prey on hope. And once they get you hooked, they manipulate your emotions. Don't give up now, you're so close, or one last payment and the car is yours. According to the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, more than 350,000 people reported sweepstakes, prize, or lottery scams in 2023, with losses totaling over $800 million worldwide. Seniors were the most targeted, especially those living alone. Here's the golden rule. If you didn't enter a contest, you didn't win. No legitimate lottery or prize company will ever ask for money up front. Real prizes don't require fees. They're free. 5. The charity scam. Disaster strikes. Wildfires sweep through California. Floods devastate Louisiana. A hurricane leaves families without homes. And that's when your phone rings. A warm voice says, "We're raising money for children displaced by the hurricane. Can we count on your kindness?" It sounds urgent. It sounds heartbreaking. And of course, you want to help. That's exactly what happened to a woman in California. Wanting to make a difference, she gave her credit card number over the phone. The caller thanked her kindly and promised the money would bring food, blankets, and toys to suffering kids. But days later, her heart sank. Mysterious charges began to appear, hundreds at first, then thousands. She lost $3,800. Why? Because the call was a lie. Scammers prey on kindness. They know people are most generous during tragedies, or during the holidays, when hearts are open. They impersonate real charities, use names that sound familiar, and create fake websites and phone numbers to seem legitimate. According to the FTC, Americans lost over $331 million to charity fraud between 2021 and 2023. And the problem spikes after natural disasters, when emotions are high and people are eager to help. Here's how to protect yourself. Don't give money over the phone unless you initiated the contact. Never donate by wire transfer or gift card, those are red flags. Always verify the organization through trusted sites like charitynavigator.org or give.org. If someone pressures you to give right now, it's probably a scam. Kindness is powerful. Make sure it helps the right people, not criminals. 6. The Social Security scam. This one hits like a punch to the gut. You get a call, official sounding, cold, and urgent. This is the Social Security Administration. Your Social Security number has been suspended due to suspicious activity. Press 1 to speak to an agent. You press 1, terrified. The agent says your bank account is at risk of being frozen. You need to transfer your money immediately to a government-protected account, for safekeeping. That's what one woman in Texas was told. Desperate to protect her savings, she followed every instruction. She moved $18,200 into what she thought was a secure federal account. But it wasn't. It was the scammer's account. And just like that, it was gone. Social Security scams are among the most common and devastating frauds in the U.S. In 2023 alone, the FTC reported over 400,000 complaints about impersonation scams, many involving fake Social Security agents. Total losses exceeded $230 million. Scammers use fear as a weapon. They create urgency, impersonate authority, and trick people into revealing personal information or sending money. Some even spoof the real Social Security number, 1-800-772-1213, to appear on your caller ID. Here's the truth. The real Social Security Administration will never call to suspend your number. They won't demand payments over the phone or ask you to wire money. 7. The investment scam. It starts with a promise. You're watching a video, and an ad appears. Retired? Want to make your money work for you? Invest in real estate with us, safe, secure, guaranteed returns. The man on the screen wears a crisp suit. He speaks with confidence, even warmth. Behind him is a modern office and a logo that looks like it belongs on Wall Street. His website has testimonials from people just like you, smiling retirees who doubled their savings in 6 months. A 66-year-old woman from Florida saw that very ad. She clicked. She spoke to a representative. Everything looked legitimate. So she invested $60,000, her life savings. For a few months, things seemed fine. She received email updates, fake account dashboards, even holiday greetings. She thought her future was secure. Then the emails stopped. The phone numbers were disconnected. The website vanished. She had been scammed. It was a Ponzi scheme, a type of fraud where early investors are paid using money from new investors, until the scheme collapses and everyone loses. According to the FBI, investment fraud cost Americans over $4.6 billion in 2023 alone. And older adults, especially retirees, are prime targets. Why? Because scammers know you're looking for safety, security, and a way to grow what you've worked hard to save. Here's how to protect yourself. Be skeptical of any investment offering guaranteed high returns with little or no risk, those don't exist. Don't invest just because a website or ad looks professional. Scammers are masters at creating slick materials. Check the advisor or company through FINRA's BrokerCheck or the SEC's Investment Advisor public disclosure website. Talk to your bank or a licensed financial advisor before making any large investment. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. 8. The fake online store scam. A great deal can cost more than you think. It's late at night, and you're scrolling through Facebook. An ad catches your eye. Limited time offer. Brand new mobility scooters, only $1,299. Normally $3,000. The site looks real. The pictures are sharp. There's a countdown timer. Order in the next 10 minutes and get free shipping. A 75-year-old woman in Arizona saw that exact ad. She clicked, entered her card details, and waited. A week passed. Then 2. Then 3. The scooter never came. She checked the website. It was gone. She had lost $1,300. Fake online stores are everywhere. In 2023, the Better Business Bureau reported that online purchase scams were the #1 scam type affecting older adults. And social media is the most common place these scams begin. Scammers create polished websites that copy real retailers. They use stock photos and fake testimonials. Some even send tracking numbers for packages that never arrive. How to spot a fake store? Look for reviews or simply type store name scam into Google. Check for a real business address and customer support if they're missing or vague, that's a red. 9. The government grant scam. It begins with something familiar, a message from an old friend on Facebook. You haven't spoken in a while, but suddenly they say, "Hey, I just got a $25,000 government grant. Totally legit. You should apply too. Here's the link." The message sounds genuine. The profile picture is someone you know. So you click. Soon, a friendly agent contacts you, maybe over Messenger, email, or even a phone call. They say you qualify. You're eligible for a grant, but there's a processing fee or release charge. Sometimes it's $500, sometimes $1,200, or even more. You're excited. The agent is polite. They say not to worry, it's all part of the process. That's what a woman in Illinois believed. She paid $3,400 in multiple fees, thinking she'd soon receive her grant. But the money never came. Her friend's account had been hacked. The agent was a scammer. The grant never existed. Sadly, she's not alone. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, reports thousands of similar scams each year, especially targeting older adults. Many victims never report it, out of embarrassment or shame. But here's the truth. The U.S. government does not give grants through Facebook, WhatsApp, or private messages. And it never asks for upfront payment to release funds. How to stay safe. Never trust unexpected messages about money, even if they're from a friend. Call the person directly to confirm they actually sent it. Real grants can be researched through official sites like grants.gov, not through social media links. If someone wants money in exchange for a promise of more money, it's almost always a scam. 10. The home repair scam. This scam walks right up to your front door. It's a sunny afternoon. You're home alone. 2 men knock, wearing tool belts and safety vests. "Ma'am," they say, "we were just working down the street and noticed some damage on your roof. It's dangerous. But we can fix it for cheap since we're already here." They sound concerned. They even show you photos of roof damage, except the photos aren't yours. They climb up, bang around for a few minutes, then come back down and say, "All fixed. That'll be $6,000. Cash or check is fine." That's exactly what happened to a 72-year-old widow in Texas. She was pressured into paying on the spot. But later, a real contractor confirmed the truth, nothing had been fixed. She had been scammed. Home repair scams are common, especially after storms or in neighborhoods with older homes. These scammers look for people who live alone or seem vulnerable. And they often use high-pressure tactics, warning of immediate danger if repairs aren't made. Here's how to protect yourself. Don't trust unsolicited contractors. Legitimate professionals don't go door to door. Never pay in full upfront. Pay in stages, and only after work is done. Ask to see licenses, insurance, and written estimates. Get multiple quotes before agreeing to anything. If you feel uncomfortable, simply say no. Scammers don't just steal money. They steal trust. They steal confidence. They steal the peace of mind you've spent a lifetime building. And here's the heartbreaking truth. They target older women more than anyone else. Why? Because you are generous. Because you are loving. Because you've spent your life giving, raising children, helping neighbors, supporting charities, and standing by your community. Because you care. To scammers, your kindness looks like opportunity. In 2023 alone, Americans over 60 lost over $3.4 billion to scams, according to the FBI. But the real cost isn't just financial. It's emotional. It's the doubt you begin to feel, in yourself, in others, in the world around you. But here's the part they don't want you to hear. You can fight back. And you don't need to be a tech expert to do it. All you need is to remember a few simple truths. Real companies and agencies will never ask for payment through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. Legitimate sweepstakes or prizes will never ask you to pay money to receive your winnings. The government will never call to threaten you or suspend your social security number. And no honest person, not a friend, not a helper, not even a stranger who means well, will ever say, "Don't tell anyone." So the next time something feels off, stop. Breathe. Ask. Talk to someone you trust, a daughter, a friend, a neighbor, a pastor. Because sometimes the best way to protect yourself is to simply slow down and share your concerns. You have the right to ask questions. You have the right to say no. And you have the right to feel safe, confident, and secure in every decision you make. You've worked hard your entire life. You've given so much to others. Now it's time to protect what's yours, with strength, with wisdom, and with the support of those who care about you. Because you deserve more than just protection. You deserve peace. You deserve freedom from fear. And you deserve to keep everything you've built, every dollar, every memory, every bit of your dignity. Let's keep spreading awareness. Let's look out for each other. Let's make sure no one else gets hurt. Together, we can close the door on scams, and open the door to safety, confidence, and lasting peace.